On a cold stone table, a wolf's medallion trembles, just once, then grows still. Outside, the blue mountains hold their breath. Inside, lamplight drifts like fog. This is a ledger of a life tempered in trials. A boy, a fortress, a circle of teachers, and a path that never truly ends. We'll move gently, keep the edges soft. Breathe in and out. Now, listen for the first footsteps that lead to Kaer Morhen. Winter rides the stones of Kaer Morhen. Snow worries the shutters. Old wood answers with faint creaks. In the records, a year 1174. A mother, Vicenna, a sorceress, arrives with a child swaddled in quiet. Some say the father was Corin, a warrior. The ledger leaves his name in the margins, half-inked. The gates open. Boots cross the courtyard. The child is given into the keep's careful cold. No ceremony, only the soft clink of metal and the hush of men who knew winter by name. The boy will be Geralt. Before he is a witcher, he is a question the keep intends to answer. In time, a narrow corridor of candles, bitter vials, careful hands. The trial of the grasses, a path not many return from, droughts that remake what bone and blood can bear, sleep that runs hot and thin, dreams that feel like weather. Geralt survives blistering nights and shivering dawns, and wakes with a steadier gaze. The masters test him again. His tolerance is unusual. He's chosen for further experimental mutations. No spectacle, just more vials, more waiting. The medallion quiet at the table's edge. When the storm inside subsides, he is changed. Stronger, faster, enduring beyond common measure. Senses sharpened to a silver edge. Healing that closes the day's wounds by morning. Resistant to disease, to poisons, to pain's old claims. Only one walks out from those experiments. Geralt. The keep begins to call him White Wolf. The hair on his head remembering winter before the seasons do. Teachers gather like constellations, but one star steadies him. Vesemir. The old witcher speaks in weathered patience. Correction lands like snow, quiet, certain, reshaping the path. The training yard is frost, chalk and breath. The pendulum waits, wood and rope and timing, swinging its slow threads. Geralt leans to step, to let danger pass without swallowing him. He meets Eskel, a friend like a mirror, nearly a brother. Once, two boys tie a big forest bumblebee to a jug with a thread, laughing at the wobbling orbit. Vesemir finds them. Discipline follows. Lambert's wit is salt on an old blade. Cohen brings balance, a steadying hand in sparring circles. Young witchers are told to choose surnames. Geralt first toys with Geralt, Roger, Eric, du Hot Bellegarde. Vesemir raises a brow. The keep smiles into its sleeve. They settle on Rivia. The boy adopts a Rivian accent, making the world's doors open a little easier. In Ellender, the temple of Melitella, Brett's lamplight and incense, Mother Nenica sees the sharp lines in the boy and sends them into wisdom. Scripture and herb gardens, meditation and measured steps. Steel learns to sit beside silence without complaint. The last test waits like a patient door, the trial of the medallion. Instruction is simple. Travel to the circle of elements, retrieve what is yours, and return alive. Geralt departs, pond-side reeds brushing his boots, mountain air thin and blue. Caves hold trolls who argue like thunder. Axie settles across their thoughts. Not domination, just a gentle redirection, like turning a river with a finger. The path narrows and snow chatters underfoot. The circle stands silent in old wind. The medallion waits, wolf's head, cool as nightfall. He takes it. It takes him. The road back is longer. Kaer Morhen receives him. Quiet nods, a rare curve at Vesemir's mouth. The keep marks a new witcher for the path. A horse answers to a simple name, Roach, a name that will belong to every mount hereafter, as if continuity were a charm against a wide world. Steel is balanced. Contracts await like storm clouds on the horizon. Vesemir reminds him, do not play errant knight. The law is a shifting thing. Geralt rides away, convicted, enthusiastic, believing there is good in the work. 50 miles from the Blue Mountains, a roadside crime unwinds, fast and ugly. A bandit crew stops a peasant cart. The girl is ripped from the cart as her father is held down to watch. The men tear off her clothes and begin to have their way with her as Geralt arrives with the certainty of steel and training. A bitter quip escapes one of the man's lips to the girl. Time to meet a real man. Geralt answers calmly. Then meet one. The axe comes down. 2 strikes find their mark. The ground grows still. Geralt turns, expecting gratitude. But fear misreads the scene. The father flees with the brigands, and the girl, shocked and shaking, recoils from the witcher's approach. A lesson settles. Not every rescue feels like a rescue. Intervention has a price. After that day, Geralt chooses his entanglements more carefully. In Temeria, the king's daughter, Ada, carries a terrible curse. She is a Striga. The crypt sniffs out fear. Stone remembers screams but does not repeat them. Geralt enters with signs ready. The struggle is grueling. He fought the creature and nearly died due to a serious neck injury. Yet Geralt managed the task in the end. When morning breathes, the curse breaks. Geralt lives, barely, and earns reward and a foothold in Temeria that will echo through the years. In Blaviken, danger wears friendly faces. A group arrives with intent the town cannot see. Geralt sees it. The math is cruel. If he waits, many die. If he acts now, the street will not understand. He chooses preemption. Blades flash and the market gasps. When the dust clears, the town sees only fallen bodies and a man with white hair. One name sticks: the Butcher of Blaviken. He carries it because some names cannot be set down, only worn smooth by time. Dandelion, poet, trouble magnet, friend, thread songs through the Witcher's silences. Twice they visit the edge of the world, fields that end in mist, boundaries where folklore walks in daylight. Serious people with serious plans find them. The two find ways to survive with words first, steel second. Laughter, arguments, debts, and the kind of loyalty that lets a man sleep with his sword on the floor. Queen Calanthe of Sintra hires the Witcher, the lioness weighing the value of a blade and a legend. In her hall, destiny is invoked and debated. Old customs stir, law of surprise, debts that bind without chains. Geralt watches paths cross like threads in a loom. One knot resolves and another one tightens. He leaves knowing the world moves him as much as he moves through it. A djinn throws a long shadow over Dandelion, bending chance with its snaps. The trail leads to Rindi, where a sorceress, Yennefer, keeps her own counsel and changes a room by entering it. Magic hums like bees in a glass jar. Bargains are made as carefully as stepping stones across a river. The Witcher and the sorceress begin a tangled orbit. Need and pride, warmth and winter, a love that tests whether two sharp edges can rest against one another without cutting. Rivia, 6th of June 1268. A pogrom blooms. Rage without reason, fear braided into violence. The attack resulted in the murder of 184 non-humans, including elves and dwarves. Geralt valiantly fought against the raging crowd until he was stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork by a young man named Rob. Yennefer kneels beside him, pouring power like water into dry earth until there is nothing left for her to pour. The world might have ended there, but Ciri arrives in a crack of fate and wind, drawing them into a boat and across the skin of the world to the island of Avalach. There is time for breath, for heartbeat, for the knowledge that endings and beginnings sometimes share a shore. Ciri departs again, to another road only she can walk. The ledger closes, but the path does not. A wolf's medallion warms against the palm. Somewhere, a horse named Roach chews patiently. A sword drinks light and waits. Geralt's story is not a straight line, but a circle of camps and crosswords. Kaer Morhen in winter, the temple's hush, market dust and mountain air, a friend's song and a lover's silence, a daughter's bright blade cutting through the dark. The world will call him many names, but he will answer to one. Rest here, at the edge of one chapter. The medallion trembles, just once, then grows still.